Hey guys, what's up? It's Biscuit Boo Horror Reviews, and I'm here with another Blu-ray, DVD, vinyl, dumb shit collection update. I've got some stuff here. I'm gonna go through it. I don't have too much to say about most of these. We've got Wolf Creek, based on the Wolf Creek, um, well, not the Wolf Creek murders, but like a series of murders that occurred in Australia where backpackers were killed, and backpackers went missing. This is an okay movie. It's not like great. I know people like really like to hype this one up, especially when it came out. Um, but I do like it. I do think it's a pretty solid movie, and I do like the sequel a bit more. The sequel is just like straight to the point, and it's constant, like disturbing, thrilling carnage. And this kind of eases into it because it needs to introduce the character of Mick before he turns into a monster. And yeah. Um, I have Cthulhu from 2007. This is a really good movie, really good Lovecraftian horror film based on Shadow over Innsmouth. One of the three like good adaptations of uh, Shadow over Innsmouth. Those adaptations being Stuart Gordon's Dagon, Messiah of Evil, and this. Uh, Basically, it's about a guy who returns home after I think it's like after his mother dies or something like that, and he gets kind of caught in this web involving his father and the cult that his father runs. And this one's got some decent acting. It's not great. Um, it looks all right. It has a weird kind of bluish tint to it, like a lot of films did in like the late mid to late 2000s. A lot of horror films did. The effects aren't like perfect, but uh, they work. They get the job done. They're just uncanny enough to be convincing. Very similar to the effects in like Nori the Curse or Occult. Um, you know, those two movies. I don't know, man. We got Heat. Heat. This one. Um, yeah, it's Heat. I've never seen Heat. This is a Michael Mann film. I do like Michael Mann, and I do like Al Pacino and Robert De Niro and Val Kilmer. So I will have to watch this eventually. This is one of the movies that like Derek has been talking up for like the 10 years that I've known Derek. There are like a handful of movies he's always talked up and always talked about and like always really remembered. And one of them is Heat. One of the other ones is Kung Pao Into the Fist. Um, just to give some context. Uh, but yeah, Heat. This is like a really great bank heist movie, from what I understand. It's like widely loved and respected, and people really appreciate it. So I will have to give it a watch eventually, and have to watch it with Derek. We got two films from the 70s up next. We got Rollerball, starring James Caan. Rollerball is probably my favorite sports movie. Like up there, like when it comes to sports movies, it's the Rocky movies, and then it's Rollerball, which is kind of weird, but like also kind of unsurprising when you look at like the stuff I'm into. But Rollerball is a dystopian science fiction action thriller of sorts. Maybe not even an action film, I would say. It's a sports movie about this roller derby sport called Rollerball that is played in the future, and it's about a professional rollerball player, the best there's ever been, and the government wants him to retire from the sport, and he doesn't want to retire. And it's basically about the drama between the two conflicting sides, and the things that happen because he doesn't want to retire. And there's some like pretty disturbing, like Yorgos Lanthimos almost, like concepts going on here. Some stuff that you would expect to see again in a Yorgos Lanthimos film, in something that's more like serious and emotionally driven, rather than being this rather than being kind of over the top and ridiculous. Not that this movie's like super over the top. It's definitely like in a weird way disturbing, but like I don't know. I don't know what to say about Rollerball. Rollerball is really great. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. This is like one of the best movies of the '70s, in my opinion. Um, Speaking of best movies of the '70s, we got Night of the Lapis. Hell yes, the Blu-ray from Scream Factory. This is um, this is the Blu-ray release of Night of the Lepus. If you don't know what Night of the Lepus is, Night of the Lepus is a horror film from the '70s that's about giant mutant rabbits. When it came out, they didn't really put it in the trailers or on the posters or anything that it was rabbits. They just called it Night of the Lepus. So unless you knew that Lepus is derived from the scientific name for rabbit, you wouldn't know what this is about going into it. And then they immediately reveal right off the bat, right off the rip, yeah, this is about rabbits. And you know what? Despite being, you know, kind of cheesy, and despite there being flaws in this film, and despite this movie maybe not being the greatest movie ever, the idea of a giant mutant, like, killer rabbit is kind of horrifying because, like, do you know how big their fucking teeth are? Like, have you been bitten by a rabbit before? I haven't, but I can imagine that it's probably painful. Imagine a giant one biting you. That would take off your fucking arm easily, or something like that. But yeah, this is a great one for the effects of the giant rabbits. They just released like regular rabbits onto miniature sets of streets and buildings and stuff. So it's really cute. You get to see some rabbits run around and everything. There's a little bit of animal cruelty in here, which is to be expected with a film from the 1970s. You know, if you're messing with horror from the '70s, you're gonna have something like that, especially if the main premise involves animals. You know, one I'm reminded of immediately, which I will talk more about in a future video, is Kingdom of the Spiders. How that movie used real tarantulas and killed a lot of them. Okay, we're getting close. This is a gift from my friend Chloe, who did the portrait that I use in my thumbnails and everything. She gave me her copy of Lust Caution, the Ang Lee film. I know nothing about this movie. This is a release from Kino. Yeah, I know nothing about this movie. I'm not super well versed in Ang Lee's stuff. I have seen like his Incredible Hulk movie, which is really dumb and kind of fun, and I have seen Brokeback Mountain, which is like legitimately a really great film. So I've definitely seen that he can do some good and some bad, and I've heard some things about Lust Caution. I've heard it's a pretty spicy movie, so we'll have to give it a watch one day. Finally, we got this big boy, the big boy that I bought, the big set. I bought this for my birthday because I was like, I want to buy myself something nice. So I bought myself Magic, Myth, and Mutilation, the micro-budget cinema of Michael J. Murphy. Michael J. Murphy was a very interesting British filmmaker. He's mainly known for his like super low budget horror films, but he did a bunch of different stuff, and pretty much his entire filmography is in this box set, which is 26 movies, which is absolutely fucking insane. And there are some bangers on here. Invitation to Hell is really fun. Bloodstream is like an amazing horror take on 8.5. That came out before the horror take of 8.5 that we all know and love. Lucio Fulci's Cat in the Brain. There's some like fantasy movies on here. There's one of them I watched last night was a short called The Cell. That's literally about like set in medieval times, and a guy's gonna be executed, and they hire a prostitute to like spend the night with him, for his final night. And it's basically just a 13-minute short of this guy and a prostitute in a cell, kind of talking, and that's what it is. And it was very interesting. Like I don't get me wrong, it didn't blow me away or anything, but like it was a very interesting little short. And that's included on this set. It's pretty much all here, which is really cool because usually when you get these kinds of box sets, even from companies like Severin who do them super, super well, there's always stuff that gets left out. There's stuff that they just can't get the rights to, or, you know, or another company has the rights, or nobody knows where the rights are exactly. It's in limbo. So it's really cool to see one of these sets that literally encompasses a filmmaker's pretty much his entire remaining filmography. As far as I know, this is like all 26 of his remaining movies. He directed about 30, and I think the other ones are all lost. There's one on here called Death Run, which is another one that I'm going to talk about in a future video. That's like a post-apocalyptic movie, very fun. So yeah, and this cover art is just banging. I love it. It came with a little O-ring slip around it, which I folded up and put in the case to one of the one of these cases, just because I wanted to hold on to it because it's numbered. But yeah, this Magic Myth and Mutilation. This is my first Indicator purchase, and based on the quality of it, I think I will be buying more. This is also a gift from Chloe. I was handling, we were at a party, and I was handling raw hamburger, and she was like, "Oh yeah, there's something I want to give you," and she tried to hand this to me, and I was like, "Chloe, I've got raw meat juice on my hands. Could you just sit that somewhere?" And she's like, "Well, that's great because this is a great novel about about female basketball players being turned into hamburger," and that sold me. It's Daphne by Josh Mallerman. This is like the author of Bird Box, which if that's the same Bird Box that got made into a movie on Netflix. I'm a little wary. I mean, I'm sure the novel of Bird Box is like good, but the movie of Bird Box kind of blew. But yeah, this is a serial killer coming of age novel. I don't know too much about it. I'm gonna have to crack into it eventually, but she gave this to me because she thought it was really great, and you know, I'll have to give it a look one day. Okay, should I do? You know, while we're on the gifts, let me tell you about this gift that I got from Allie. So Allie is the same Allie that made the Schrock. If you don't know about the Schrock, well, I'll give you some context. Here it is. It's a stained glass piece that she made that I received in a White Elephant gift exchange. This hangs on my set where I used to film. Now I'm just trying to get different angles around the room because why the fuck not? But she gave me this for my birthday. This is a very nice Ghostface plushie, you know. I picked it up out of the bag and I was like, "Oh, thank you, Allie. Like, I like Scream. Scream's a good movie." And then I turned it over. And if you have children in the room, maybe you should have them leave now. And it fucking vibrates. This is the most cursed gift anybody has ever made for me. Yeah, I don't know what else to fucking say. I think it speaks for itself. It's a Ghostface plush with a fucking pocket pussy jammed into it. I don't know what Allie was thinking when she did this, but she's got a warped sense of humor, I'll say that. But I pulled it out because she gave it to me at a party, and I pulled it out, and everybody just started losing their shit at once, and it was great. It was a great gift. Onto the vinyls. I've got 3 new albums to put in the collection from King Gizzard, which isn't surprising because I am a fan. But I've got KG and LW here with the little hype thing that talks about it. This is a double LP set of both of these albums because these albums didn't come out at the same time, but these are brother and sister albums. They're both colored, which is very, very nice colored vinyl. And yeah, I don't have too much to say. These are part of the Microtonal series, which consists of these 2 albums and Flying Microtonal Banana, which I haven't listened to yet because I'm lazy. But if Flying Microtonal Banana is anything like these two albums, then I think I'll like it. But I really like these albums. These are fun, kind of sort of mixed bag albums. Like both both of these albums, both KG and LW, have like have metal tracks on them. On KG, it's like the Hungry Wolf of Fate, and on LW, it's KGLW. But there's also just some other like really fun poppy tracks on here. There's one track on LW which is probably one of my favorites, which is the first track, which is If Not Now Then When. Honestly, these are just really great albums, and I really like them, and that's why I bought them. I don't think I have to say too much. And then this one, I've got a code to give away for this one. This is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard's Paper Mache Dream Balloon. Their acoustic folk rock album. This is a special edition of it that comes with not just, you know, one LP, but two LPs. Both of them being different colors. I forget what colors they are, and I kind of don't want to pull them out to show you, but I'll at least have a look. Oh yeah, this is like, it's like lemon yellow and like tangerine orange, which is nice. But this comes with two LPs in it. One of them is the regular album, which is this one, and then the other one, which is the orange one, is just the instrumental. No harmonicas, no vocals, no nothing, which is really, really nice. I actually listened to both of them back to back, and it was a very, very nice listening experience. Very nice, very earthy folk rock album. Really, really love it. And here is the digital code for it. You gotta go to dropcards.com/vinyl and enter that code. Can you read that? Is that readable? Am I shaking too much? Probably. But yeah, that's that. It's gone now, forever. And then I've got two posters here, which I bought from Deadly Prey Gallery, which is a company that is selling these posters. For those of you who are uninitiated, there's an African country called Ghana that has absolutely bananas movie posters. Like, the movie posters over there are really weird, bad, bizarre, out there, nearing outsider art type shit. And Deadly Prey Gallery is selling some of these posters as prints, and all the money goes to the original artists who did them way back in the day. So I bought two of them because I liked them, and I've got this Godzilla one, which is very nice. It's, as you can see, it's a little weird, it's a little janky, but it's very fun. I really like it. And I got this Evil Dead one, which this one is absolutely amazing. I love it. As you can see, it's an Evil Dead poster, alright. We've got Ash, but he's got an axe for a hand and a chainsaw for the other hand. We've got the Blind Dead hanging out in the back. We got two of the Deadites from Cheryl and Linda from the original. And then we got Evil Ed down here, which is from the second movie. And then we got the head spider from The Thing. So, yeah, we got Blind Dead and The Thing on this Evil Dead poster. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to buy some nice frames for these posters. Actually, I already did. I'm just waiting for them to arrive in the mail. But I've already bought some frames for these bad boys, and I'm going to frame them up, and they'll be hanging right there on the wall. And it'll be nice. Let me roll these back up and figure out where I put the fucking rubber band I had wrapped around these fucking things. Did I just drop it, or? Oh God. Well, I guess I can find that later. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. This is Biscuit Boo Horror Reviews signing off. Peace.